Israel wakes up and we rise. We come from a bloodline of priests, sold into captivity. Father, break these chains off me, make me free. In time ambition, 2024 AD. Live from the belly of the beast, Babylon. Should we stay, should we flee? In time's ambition.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Peace, y'all. Shalom. Peace to you. Shalom.
Shalom.
What's up?
Not much. Hey, it's so strange. We were just talking about that other brother, about him joining. I just got message by the other brother I was telling you about that might want to join our stream. Right as the Christian brother that I was in
New York, the one in New York.
Yeah.
He talking about today?
No, I don't think he's wanting to come on today.
Oh.
He just asking me about the Bible study. So hopefully we can we can get that brother on too. Hey, that maybe we'll do that for next Thursday, Israel.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be great.
Hey, but on another note, shalom everybody, shalom. Streets of Righteousness coming back at you again with another Thankful Thursday.
That's right. Thankful Thursday in the house, baby. Thankful Thursday.
Look at that right there. Hey, make sure, you're going to like, subscribe, share. We're going to get this all throughout the four corners of the earth, or as I say, the four corners of the internet.
That's right.
Hey, you might not see brothers on the corner, but you can always catch your brothers on the internet.
That's right.
Like trying to preach the word to the lost sheep.
Brothers, tell them, hey, get them books, them notepads out, man. It's gonna be a great lesson tonight, man, because a lot of this that we are teaching tonight, man, by the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, is to confound and break that stuff down, man. It's been taught to our people how to read the word of God, man, and don't understand the incomplacency that they have placed these narratives on about the word when you read it, giants. Because I was one of the brothers that was stuck in Christianity for over 30-something years. And when I saw giants, I literally used to think that giants would come down and sleep with a human. I really believe that, right? So this is emphatically why it's important that we get a breakdown and get a full understanding of the word. And thank the Most High for His Spirit, man, that He placed it on the prophets today, man, to be able to show His people the truth and the true meaning of His word, man. Our praises, man, to the Most High for that.
That's right. We grew up, like you said, listening to bedtime stories and fables and all this stuff, and it was programming from a child. You know what I mean? All the way up. Now we grown people still believing in fables and stuff. And Christianity helped usher that in. Disney and all that type of stuff. We believed in stuff that was not even practical at all. And the Most High works for practicality.
Kind. Beautiful point. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody in the chat already. Shout out to Sister Hannah, the squad. Shalom, y'all.
Shalom.
Squad in the building.
All praises to the Most High Power Yahweh.
All praises.
Yeah. Let's give the glory to the Most High Power Yahweh in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Water Yahweh.
The water.
That's all the whole purpose why we're here. All praises, man.
That's right. Last week we began on this lesson. Brother Hezekiah had the slides going, masterful, and then we had to, even though this is the Lord's business too, we had to, we fishing. So we had to start fishing a little bit, and teaching and on another subject. And sometimes you got to be versatile like that. But we plan on getting through this lesson today because this is much needed. like Chief said, we're gonna try to break down them strongholds. People believing in lies and fables and fairy tales, mythology. You know what I mean? Let's break that down.
Let's break it down.
That's right. That's right.
You know, because a lot of people. I was dealing with a brother today, man, and you know, me and him had a nice little discussion, had to sit down and everything, man. And it's common. It's very common that people say, "I'm a Christian and I believe in the Bible." But just because you say you're a Christian and believe in the Bible, you don't. If you don't understand the Bible, then how can you believe in the Bible?
That's right.
How? You can't. You can't just read the Bible and say you. I seen Esau show up at a camp trying to teach the prophets, man. You know how funny that looked, man. He trying to teach them the word, man. I just laugh. Well, they serious and they prideful because they act like they know the Most High, man.
Nobody more proud.
Nobody than them. And they the reason why we believe in what we about to teach tonight, man, to break that about these giants coming down in there. You know, I used to think too, like, man, how the hell they sleeping with the women if they giants? They gonna kill them, ain't they?
Yeah, right. Right. Then we got on the little thumbnail, Harry and the Hendersons. You know what I mean? So yeah,
come on, man.
It's gonna be a rough day for some of the women. They were going, hey, that would have been bad.
Oh,
that definitely would be a rough day.
And I got a precept already.
Yeah.
Already, Israel, about the head on for tonight when we about to break this thing down, man. Watch this. You know what I'm going to, General and Cap. Y'all know what I'm going to. I'm going to Hosea 12, verse number 10 already. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets.
Similitude. Keep that in mind, Israel.
Hey, is that Dexter?
Shalom, King.
Shalom. That's my boy that I was telling you about.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, we both serve together.
Okay.
Shalom,
King.
Shalom, peace and blessings. I just dropped in the link so you could catch our session.
Okay.
And hopefully, like if you want to have a conversation with us, we can set something up. You know, we can sit down and we can talk. We chop up some scriptures. You know, that's how we do. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep one tonight is going to be deep, man.
That's right.
That's
the
right.
Secrets of the wisdom of the Most High is hidden. It's only shown to His children, right? It's not shown to everybody. That's why everybody can't get it right.
And you were saying how they gonna what you were saying how they gonna learn the or teach the Bible when they don't understand it. But the worst part about that, what's even worse, is they don't even know that they don't understand it.
Yeah, no, they don't.
They don't even understand it. They don't even know it.
Yeah, that happens though. You know, like when you get taught things, you tend to believe what you're taught because you trust your instructors, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
But then sometimes when you're looking at it, you may have an objective thought to what you're being taught, but you just accept it. You're like, well, I must be wrong. But the Bible teaches us that we got to study to show ourselves approved.
That's right.
Like it's rightly dividing the word of truth, not just listening to what this person or that person says, but actually proving it with the Bible. Like it's even if you got to get a second and third witness to it. Like it's you got to like it. That's why I said in Isaiah 28, precept must be upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, because that's how you get the understanding of the Bible.
That's right.
You take a part here, and then you take another part here, and you try to marry them. You got to make sure they harmonize. They marry up with them. Because the Bible's not going to give you two contradicting things. Like the Most High love everybody, but He hate the wicked. Right. Like his. So does He love the wicked? Or does He? You have to think about that. Right. Or is He like his? Or does He say, well, the wicked are wicked. I don't like them. Like it's because they are wicked, and then you're like, I love those who keep my commandments, because that's how they show they love me.
That's right. That's right.
So that's what we try to do. We try to make sense of the Bible, just like it says in Nehemiah 8:8. It tells us that we have to, like it's open the book and then give the
Give
sense,
it sense.
because everybody doesn't always understand it
That's
as
right.
it is meant, because we're taught little things here, little things there, but don't marry the two together to
That's
make the
right.
sense.
And that's a great point, guy, because that's exactly what's been going on since this Bible has been instructed and given to the children of Israel only. All these other nations that done had the Bible do not understand it. Why you think the world is in such a disarray and mess up like it is now? Because they don't understand the Bible. The Bible is written for the Israelites by the Israelites, right?
Mhm.
So a lot of people don't understand that. They think they can just pick it up and they can come with the sense and don't have the spirit of the Most High. Man, they think that they can teach it. You cannot teach something that was never given to you in the first place, right? So our people are stuck in these churches and everything, which I was dealing with the brother today, and we sat down for about 2 hours. And all he kept saying was, I want to make America great. I want to make America great. So that's why I vote. That's why you need to vote. Brother, what do you mean? I said, how old are you? He said, I'm 50 years old. I said, out of your 50 years, have America ever been great? He said, no, but I still believe. Well, brother, you still going to be waiting. You're going to practically die thinking that this place is going to be great. It's not.
The Bible says, seek ye the kingdom first, and the rest shall be added unto you. We got to put our minds on heavenly places. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Bible also teaches that we are sojourners in this place. Anybody, you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with trying to make your community better by, you know what I mean, putting in, bettering the people in your community, getting their mind thinking on a better, but actually, you know, being a so-called Negro, black man in this society and thinking that you're going to make some change, man, come on.
That ain't gonna happen.
On.
Who you kidding?
Come on.
Ain't
You know,
gonna
and
happen.
that's the thing, like you said, brothers ain't, you know what I mean? Brothers is not, they trying to mix in politics and the Bible at the same time. And,
that's right.
You know, and it's not, you know, that's not going to work because the Lord has a government. He has the Israelites set up as the government. He has his word set up, you know, and his laws. And it's either that or it's nothing.
That's right.
So when you try to bring the man's laws and his ways and mix it in with the Bible and I'm a vote and well over here and that ain't gonna work.
That ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work. It's just confusion.
That's right.
Oh, we
got
a precept in there.
Oh, Salaki, y'all. Shalom, baby.
Hey, shalom, sis. Shalom.
I ain't even been.
No sweat. Yeah. My bad. I was gonna say, yeah, we get that 9 and 6 out. I at least had to say something. I hear about it, y'all.
Yeah. Brother said you're talking. Just that's cool though.
I'm gonna recognize him, real.
Yeah.
Right. I'll bring that out. That's Isaiah 9 and verse 6.
Okay. All right. Talking about my shotgun.
Yep. This is exactly good point. It's like it's this is Isaiah 9 and verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given,
right?
And the government shall be upon his head, upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Yeah, and you see that you can see that being fulfilled, like it's in Matthew 6 and 2. Matthew 6 and 2 tells you gives you that same point of reference. I'll go to it real quick just so I can make sure. Oh, did you have something?
Yeah, shalom, Lavella, shalom.
Shalom.
Aquin. There he is, Judah. What's going on with you,
right?
All right.
Shalom. Awaken Judah, shalom, King. Shalom to all of the true chosen people of Yahweh, the 12 tribes of Yasharallah or Israel. Let us keep on enduring. We are almost home. Kwam Yasharallah. Yeah, rise, Israel.
Rise, Israel.
King. Almost home, baby. Thank the Most High. What you said? You were saying Matthew 6 and 2?
Right. Yeah, I got that. Matthew 2 and 6. My bad. Matthew 2 and 6. Like it's you can see that in that's my reference right there. That's my precept for it. It's this is Matthew 2 and verse 6.
As we reading that, guy,
That's
while you breaking it down? As
What
we
was that?
reading it, while you breaking it down, one of us reading that?
Oh, you can grab it if one
All
of
right,
y'all want to read it.
I read it.
Okay.
This is Matthew chapter 2, verse 6. And
Can
thou
you start at
Bethlehem,
5?
start at 5. Verse
Mhm.
5. It says, and they said unto him in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophets,
Isaiah.
and thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judea, are not the least among the princes of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel.
And that's what that ties back to. Like it's Isaiah 9 and 6 is the most high speaking to Isaiah, and like it's saying, I'm gonna give you this prophecy. And he gave it to him, and it was fulfilled in Mashiach Yahushua.
That's right.
Like it's that he will give us a governor, someone to rule over us, because we know that Mashiach, that he's our head, according to First Corinthians 11 and verse 3. Now have you know the head of every man, like is Christ.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. I ain't gonna dive too deep into it.
That's good. That's good. I like the link up right there. The governments, you know what I mean? When we was talking about the government, Chief started it off with the brother talking about he gonna, what do you say, make America great and all that. You know what I mean? Don't get me started.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Good precept,
Dexter
brother
came
Dexter.
in.
Good precept.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
I was just saying good precept.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
that was a good precept.
Very good.
Kind.
Sharp on the sword there.
That's right, brother. Study.
Yeah.
Like we had a whole we were having a whole conversation for a whole day through messenger. I was
Wow.
like, man, we got to set up one day and have a Bible study, and get brothers together.
Oh
Like
yeah.
cause we're trying to walk this walk as perfect as we can.
That's right.
Because Mashiach said, "Be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect." And if it wasn't something that you could obtain, why would He tell you to do it?
Right.
And because we know First Peter 2 and 21. I want to say it's 21, or where it says there was no guile in his mouth. Who
Yeah.
did no sin, and there was no guile in his mouth.
Oh,
That means he didn't lie about anything. So we know that he wasn't lying to you when he said you could be perfect.
that's
Because
right. That's
because the
right.
law of the Lord is perfect.
Burning the soul.
There you go.
Hurting us.
That's how you become perfect.
That's right.
There were many people in the
Yeah.
Bible. They were noted as perfect.
That's right. Actually, a commandment.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Your Father in heaven is perfect. That's right.
Y'all had any precepts y'all wanted to bring out, or you ready to jump into this thing?
I'm ready when y'all are.
All right. All right.
I think I'm ready when y'all are.
Okay. I'll go ahead. I'll toss it back on the stage. Here we go. We're going back over it. We're gonna make it real quick because we did this on last Thursday. So I'm just gonna pretty much jump through it. If you need this first part, hey, we're just gonna touch on it and go. Because what I wanted to do is make sure that we understand what giants are according to the Bible. Is it a myth, or do we just have a myth understanding of what the Bible is trying to say?
Okay.
Salaki, guy. And we'll answer the questions. Whoever put anything in the chat, we'll answer it after all of this.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to answer.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, I saw that. It'll
Yep.
take a minute on that, so we'll get through the lesson and we'll break it down for the brother.
Huh?
Yeah, let's I went ahead and mark that so we can come back to it.
Yeah.
All right, but we'll get to that. We like to touch on all our subjects, but we got a set lesson, and we're just gonna run through this real quick.
Right.
Well, not real quick. We're gonna give the people to understand.
That's right.
All right. So last week we already went over this. I'm not gonna have him read all of this. Could somebody read all the way up to, I want to say, I think it's to the first. It's just the first sentence, really.
I got you.
All right.
It says the Lexham Bible Dictionary. The portrayal of the Rephaim as giants and ultimately lineal descendants of the Nephilim, offspring of the divine sons of God, Genesis 6, 1 through 4, via the Anakim, Numbers 13:32 through 33, is unique to the biblical material.
Right. So they said that that's special, like that's different of how this is being described, how the divine sons of God via the Anakim, like is that's something unique throughout the whole Bible. You won't see it again. You don't really see that again, nowhere else. Like it's in the next one, it just pretty much it talks about the Ugaritic and the Ugarit, which is just like the I guess you would say it's like pre-writings of the Israelites and over in of the Near East. It just says they were considered warriors and warrior kings. There's no suggestion that they were thought to be of unusual stature, because just like Captain Jehu brought out last week, like it's they like to make up this mythology that the giants were as tall as skyscrapers. Like it's, but it's saying here that they were thought to be they were thought to be of unusual stature. Like it's no suggestion of it is mentioned, and we'll get into that. We'll get into that. We'll go to the next one. So that's my first. Like I like to establish things by out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. So these are going to be our witnesses for this evening. If you could just read the first. Well, actually, let's read all of this one. This one's a good one.
Baker Encyclopedia of the Bible. Rephaim, number 1, a mighty people tall in stature, living in Palestine during the days of Abraham. The Rephaim, along with the Zuzim, Emim, and Horite peoples, were defeated by Chedorlaomer and his armies, and his allied armies, Genesis 14:5. They were one of 9 nations living in Palestine at the time when the Lord promised to give the land to Abraham's descendants, 15 and 20. The ancient Rephaim were called the Emim by the Moabites and the Zamzumim by the Ammonites. They were comparable in size and number to the giant Anakim, Deuteronomy 2 and 11 in verse 20. Og, king of Bashan, represented the last of the Rephaim. He was later killed and his kingdom dispossessed by the Israelites under Moses, Deuteronomy 3 and 11, Joshua 12 and 4, 13 and 12. Perhaps the giants among the Philistines were descendants of the Rephaim, 2 Samuel 21 and 1, and Chronicles 20. First Chronicles 20, I think that is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just saying it was saying that 20 the 21st chapter. Like it. So we see here that the Rephaim or the giants had different names by different people. We got the Zenzum, they got the Zuzim, the Emim, and the Horite people. Like is they had all these armies, and they also were called the Rephaim as well. Like it also noted that King Og of Bashan, he was of the last of the Rephaim, and we're going to touch on that as well during the lesson, so we can give you an understanding about these giants and their stature among the people. So that's number 2. I guess if you can read this for me.
Gotcha. New Nave's Topical Bible. Rephaim, 1, an ancient people of Palestine of great stature, Genesis 14:5.
Hey, don't even worry about reading all those. We're gonna touch on most of those.
Okay.
I guess go ahead.
A valley, boundary between Judah and Benjamin, battleground of David and the Philistines.
Like it's, and that's basically it. Like it's because the word is used along with other words, and they just giving you the different locations of where it's found. That's why I didn't want to read too much of it, because there's a valley of the Rephaim that we're going to touch on. Well, we don't even really have to touch on it because it's in Canaanite land. Let's just put it like that. It's Canaanite land. It's because we know that the Philistines were Canaanites. Can you read that? All right, God.
Nephilim, giants. Only in what is that?
That's in plural.
I thought so. Only in plural, giants. Genesis 6:4, Numbers 13:33. So all the ancient versions.
That's the Chaldees.
Okay, the giants in the sky, i.e., the constellation Orion.
Mm-hmm.
Plural, the greater constellations. So those were considered giants, is what it's saying.
It's saying like it's because Orion is a constellation. If you know anything about it, Orion is just the constellation is the shape of a man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a gigantic man. So that's why they say giant in the sky.
Okay. The etymology of this word is uncertain.
Uh-huh.
Some have compared.
Hey, those are you don't have to even worry about trying to say the Arabic on this one.
Yeah.
Like you can just know that those are those words right there, gig and cast.
Okay. Render great, large in body. But this is incorrect. For it means excellent, noble, skillful. I prefer with the Hebrew interpreters and
antiquity.
Antiquity. Falling on, attacking, so that
It's just saying the word Nephilim
is of intransitive signification. Those who used to interpret the passage in Genesis of the fall of the angels were accustomed to render that word fallers, rebels, apostates. Oh, that's where they fell out of heaven.
Yeah, that's where they get that from. And I thought this was very important to bring out to the people. You see that he said that he preferred what the interpreters said it was, because you have to think about this. The word there, as it said that it was rendered, but it is incorrect, for it means excellent, noble, and skillful. And if you remember what we went into, it was talking about warriors and warrior kings, because they were noble and they were skillful. Now,
that's right.
Now I don't like this. Last week we were talking about this. Now, we're not saying that these people weren't of a taller stature, that they weren't tall. We're just saying, hey, these people took this word as like giants in the sky from the Chaldees word of the Nephilim, Nephilah, or you could say Nephilah or Nephal, because it's just the rendering of the word Nephal. It's the singular of it, and then Nephilim gives you the word multiple, meaning multiple. That's why you get giants. You get the im, or as we would say in the ancient Hebrew, we go yam.
That's right.
Because a lot of it's the interpreters of the passage in Genesis, they decided, hey, we're gonna do, because they knew of the myths and the mythicism of the Hebrews. That's where you get like the Kabbalah and stuff like that. You get all kinds of information about giants and stuff from mythology, which mixed in with our interpretation of the word during that time. And that's why you get the followers, the rebels, and apostates from.
That's right.
They rebelled against the Lord and fell out of heaven.
And they don't understand. Also, what you said in that passage right there is the word itself, giants, don't literally mean that it's saying what they saying, how they took it and placed it and said, hey, these giants fell out of the sky. All giants mean is bully, a tyrant, like we talking about the war. That's all it is, man. Ain't no such thing as no giants coming down and falling and had us believing that junk, man. Messed us up good.
Yep, that's correct.
I like this right here because it's saying that the interpreters kind of went with their own thing, similar to this a little bit off subject, but it still got something to do with this interpretations of the Bible. When we were talking about virgin birth, remember? And they were I was telling you about that movie. What was that movie? The movie was saying that the Hebrew interpreters misinterpreted virgin. Instead of it meaning that it was a woman of marital age, they made it like she just had never, like a woman that had never had sex or something. But the interpretations play. So this is good research, very good scholarship right here, King.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And it's a great point, and it's point on. Can I read that precept real quick? Because it goes right along with what we're going through tonight, man, especially, man, by the brother who put this in there. This is Deuteronomy 29:29. It says, the secret things belong unto the Lord, our God. But those things which are revealed belong unto us.
That's right.
And to our children forever. That we may do all the words of the law. Kind. Beautiful precept. Beautiful.
Secret things belong to us.
That's right.
Because the Most High had revealed them to us.
That's right. Kind.
Hey, and then we could go. I ain't gonna pull it, but we could pull out. You know what I mean? In Second Ezra, where it's talking about, you know what I mean, certain things you only show to certain people, because even though Joe Blow is an Israelite, he ain't gonna never give you the chance to get this deep. No, it's going against what Big Mama and them taught him, and the white man pastor, and you know what I mean. So you know, it belongs to us, but it really belongs to, you know what I mean, the elect.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. Kind.
Exactly. Now we're gonna go into the word Rephaim, because we see this a few times in the Bible. You see it in, like, it's the Rephaim, basically, like it's like we've been learning about. It means giants. Like it's, and I noted down here the places that we find it. We got Deuteronomy 3:11, like it's where it talks about the King Og, like we were talking about earlier when we were getting through our sources, and he remained of the remnant of the giants, because he's the last of them at this point. This, at least according to the Bible, he's the last of the giants. Like it's, so they go into that, and they go, if you're reading it, it's telling you that he had a bed and how long his bed was. And we're going to go into that. We can go into that. But also you see over here in Joshua, they were talking about in the that they were in the land of the Perizzites and of the giants. And we know all of that is just Canaanite land. That's all that is. Like it's, and that's the word. It's like it's the giants. Like it's ha, ra, pa, ah, ya. Then you have So you got Rephaim. That's how you get ha Rephaim, the giants. That's how you get. That's how you break that down.
And going from left to right, from left to that word, from left to right.
And they even really broke it down so you get the, where you get the ha in front of it, giving you the definitive.
And I mean right from left, right to left. Slocky. Tripping.
Oh yeah, and I'm up here agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Like yeah. That's
it.
Yeah, cause that's how we used to read it. We read from left to right, but the Hebrew is from right to left.
It's a lot.
That's right. That's right.
Heck on it. You said
that's something you want to bring out?
You said something I was going to kind of just go on. And for those of brothers and sisters, you know what I mean, since we teach, like King said, these are Canaanites, Canaanite country. Well, you know, the whole land, the land of Israel is in Canaanite country, meaning the land of Israel is in Canaan. Canaan is the son of Ham. Ham is the father or the progenitor of the dark races, or what we would call today the Africans. So the Bible even just tells you that Israel is in the middle of dark people. You know what I mean? It's in the midst of dark people. So, you know, for brothers and sisters that may not have known that, or people try to get us sidetracked and all of that, we understand what the people look like. All these was dark people. Some darker than others, but all these was dark people.
That's right. So now you got these giant, like now you got these tall or higher statured, like dark people. And we're gonna go into a little bit of that, because actually, you know what? Well, I want to go to the next slide. I'm gonna go to the next slide because I almost jumped ahead. Because I really want to get into the sizing of these giants, because that's where a lot of people get way off when it comes to this. Go ahead.
Were you gonna go back to this one? I like the dimensions of this dude bed. I mean, that was one of mine that I had, but
Yeah, we're gonna go through that. That's why. That's
Okay.
why. Like at the end of it, you see where we had the. I have the actual measurements, so
Kind
the
of. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
people can walk with us through
All
it.
right. That's
Because
good.
I wanted to get into it right now too, because
Yeah.
that's what came up.
Yeah. Okay.
But we gonna circle back around to this.
Kind
Yeah, and we're gonna get into that as well.
Mm.
Because Goliath was a giant. He was a giant, according to the Bible, even when you get into the Hebrew. All right, but we're gonna move on to the next one because I'm just trying to give y'all a feel of what these words are, so you can have this in your mind. So if somebody asks you, they're like, "Oh, what is that?" Giants. Well, giants means this. Giants mean that. So you can have a little bit of higher education when it comes to this subject. All right, and then we got another one. This is called Refa, like it's meaning talking about giant. Like it's when you have a singular giant, or as it's saying, a person, a deity, or a group. You'll see that later on when we get into here. You see it in Second Samuel. He said the sons of the giant. That's what we were talking about. Like yes, they mention them in passing. Like it's not that they are. I want to say not that they're still walking around, but they give it to you in mention because we're getting ready to go into the story of actual Goliath, and I'm glad and that's so funny that came up, and that's what we're talking about, like the son of the giant. That's that word Rapha, singular, a person, and that's what Goliath was. Goliath was Rapha. He was the son of the giant. Like it's Okay, we'll go into. Well, let's touch on Goliath while we're here, because like it's most people know the story of Goliath. Like it's that he was slain by David. Like he was slaying all the mighty men of war. He was out there on the battlefield. He was fighting. Like it's David's brothers, all them. They didn't want to fight. Like yeah, they didn't really want to fight him. They didn't want that smoke because he was really, like they said, he was a giant man.
Yeah.
Like yes, we got Second Samuel 21 and 20. Like yes, and it says, and there was a battle in Gath, where was a man of great stature that had on every hand 6 fingers and 6 toes. So now they're like, yes, they're talking about this man. He's different from all the other giants. They had to explain how he looked because he was different from the other ones. Because that's what you get usually in the Bible. When something's different, you get an explanation. Just like when we talk about Esau in Genesis 25. Like yes, they had to explain Esau how he came out hairy and red all over. Like yes, but they didn't give you a description of Jacob because he looked like everybody else.
Good point.
Like it's the same thing with like it's when it comes to Goliath. He was different from all the other giants, so they had to tell you what he looked like. So don't take, oh well, Goliath had 6 fingers and 6 toes. So that means that everybody, all the giants had those. No, that's not what that's saying. You would be implying it wrong. But when you know the Bible and how it speaks, they describe the things that are different. Because everything it's no need for me to describe that Jehu was like an Israelite. He was a black man with a beard, and then all the Israelite men are black men with beard or dark skinned melanated people with beards. There's no need to go into all that.
Right.
So that's where you get that. So we're gonna scratch that off. That all giants had 6 fingers and 6 toes. Right. So that on each limb. So we're gonna scratch that off when we going into Goliath, talking about Goliath. And that word Rapha, as we went into, it just means that he was of great stature. As you saw in the earlier slide, deity. Then we go into the multiple word of Rephaim. just meaning giants. You see that in many accounts. Like I'm not gonna touch too much on this because we'll be here all day trying to talk about it. But because we're gonna go into it in just a minute when we talk about the Rephaim. All it means is multiple giants. The word Repha, singular. The word Rephaim means multiple, or Rephaim. However you like to say it in the modern, or if you want to say it in the Paleo Hebrew. Rephaim. Then we got Gabawar. Gabawar it sounds just like another mighty word, the word Gabar, meaning like a warrior or mighty. Like yes, you will see that. Look at it in Job 16 and 14. It said, He breaketh me with breach upon breach. He runneth upon me like a giant. But is this actually talking about a 300-foot man? No. As you see in the word Gabawar, it's saying a hero or a champion, an angel, a manly person. And then let somebody else come and read this. They're like, see, look, giants in Job. No, he didn't. He's telling you that he had strength. That's all that's going into, is that he had strength. And he ran up on him like it's with that strength of
I was about to say
of a mighty man.
Yeah. Hey man, he ran up on me like he was the one, like he was the champ.
Right.
he ran up on me like man, hey, he said something right there.
Yeah, and a lot of us don't understand that a lot of these words that we see in the Bible, when it says something, it has they might have a different meaning, but you can find those out by looking at the actual Hebrew words. The Hebrew words actually will bring that out. We'll go on to the next one. Nephilim giants. This is one of the ones that everybody likes to go to. I know brothers want to get in on this one. I know brothers want to get in. Genesis 6 and 4. There were giants in the earth in those days. And it says also, after that, when the sons of God came in unto daughters of men, and they bare unto them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. Like I see you over there shaking your head over there, Chief. Hey, go in on it. Go in on it.
I just want to say, especially why as we reading this, and we brought a precept out earlier, Hosea's written the similitudes, and you just got to ask yourself, when it says, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, you got to ask yourself, who is the sons of God? And does the Bible explain and tell us who the sons of God are? Right? So it's very important to get a breakdown and get an understanding. If I can, Bobby Kashai, let me read 2 Corinthians real quick, if you don't mind.
Hey, go into it. That's what we're here for. We're here for the precepts.
This is 2 Corinthians. This is 6, and I'm going to start at verse 16 and read on down, right? It says, in what agreement have the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God. As God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing. I will receive you. And here's the point of the sons of God in 18. And will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty. Because not everybody's the son of God.
Hey, Chief, does that mean we're gonna be giants?
Does that mean you just broke it down and showing it right there? See, this is why you brought the precept out, Nehemiah 8:8. Get the sense and the understanding of it. You see what happens when you go get other witnesses, it breaks it down. And when you see where it says the father unto you, we know who he's the father of, because he said it in Jeremiah. He said, Israel, I'm a father to you. Right? So we understand we're not saying giants up above. We talk. Who is these sons of God?
Hey, Chief. Hey, pull John. I want to say it's 1 and is it John 1 and 12?
John 1 and 12.
Like that.
Yeah. You're right. You're right on point. John 1 and 12.
Yeah.
But as many as received him, to them, there's that word, that there it is again, to them gave he power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name.
That's right.
So if you go by the understanding of that the sons of God are giants, or these big gigantic 100 feet people, that means if you believe on Christ, you're gonna turn into a big old giant.
Right.
I'm like, man, I shouldn't be able to sit in my room then. None of us should be in front of these little screens. How do you come born a man, become the son of God and then turn into a giant?
Come on. It's not mathing.
Yeah, the math ain't mathing.
Hey, real quick, Hezzy, can you go back to that last slide for just a minute?
Yeah. This one?
Yes, manly, vigorous, the Gabawa, and a hero. Remember that. I would like, because I got something I want to show to be. Remember that. Hero, a champion, an angel. Remember that, y'all. Right, for the precepts that's about to come out tonight, man. Remember that. Go ahead, God. You can start back up. It's good, man. Israel, you got a spoon. You got to eat, man.
You had anything, Cap?
No, not yet. I got a few presets I'm gonna go into. They mainly in the Apocrypha. So, I'll go into them at, I do my little thing at the close. I guess whenever you.
Hey, we almost through this.
Okay, I'll let Chief go do his thing, and then I get my little.
Oh, you cool, God. You cool. It's on point. Everything is on point tonight, baby.
No doubt.
Yeah, because I wanted this slide is mainly just for the education of our people.
Right.
So they can understand that when you see giants, it's not what's the word I want to use? They don't have a monopoly on being tall, 100 feet people. The word giant has many meanings throughout the whole Bible.
Right.
That's what this is all about.
Depending on the interpretation of the people that translated it. So
that's right.
Yeah. And Salakia, guy, real quick. Can I throw this in there real quick? You can get right back to it.
Go ahead.
Since we own the sons of God, I'm gonna read 1 John 3 and 1. It says, "Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed on us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore, the world knoweth us not,
right?
Because it knew him not."
That's right.
That's a cut.
Right. Yeah, and what's so funny is that, to become a son of God, to be a son of God, really, you just have to believe on Christ, and keep the commandments. Because to believe on Christ means you got to believe what he said and what he taught. Because you can open your mouth and say, "I believe Christ. I believe in him." But if you believe in him, you got to live like he did.
And you got to be an Israelite.
Yep.
Hey. It's gonna be Israelite. Throw it at that good.
Because he said that when you went to that 1 John, he came to his own and they received him not. But as many that did receive him of his own, them the ones that he gave power to become sons of the Most High.
That's right.
I should have had you start up earlier. the verse ahead of it. My bad.
Hey, it came out anyway. It came out. You know what I mean? You're right.
Yeah, because context is very important. Just to isolate that, just like you were saying, it sounds like not anybody can do it. But when you bring it into the context of what the whole conversation or what it's saying, hey, he came to his own, they received him not. But as many as received him, he gave them the power to become the sons of God.
Because we know, a lot of them did reject Hamashiach, but not all of them.
They don't never say that. They don't ever show that.
Right.
Yeah.
The ones that didn't, he gave them the power to become.
That's right. That's right.
And that's what's so funny is that, just a little bit off topic, let me back on what you're saying. They say that he came to his own, they rejected him. then who were the people in Acts 2 then?
Yeah.
Who were
Yeah.
those?
Yeah. Who was that?
It was a whole multitude of people that were following him around. They wanted to make him king.
That's
He's
great.
like, it ain't my time to be king right now.
Yeah. They sure was. They was trying to make him now. He said, nah, my kingdom is not of this world. The new government is coming, though. You best believe it.
That's right. That's right. Hey, we only got a few more slides. Hey, I hope y'all are grabbing this, eating it up, because this is stuff that like I had to study on. I didn't know when I first came into the truth. Like it's the Most High gave me the spirit, and it's just like it's, hey, look into that. What does that really mean? And then I had great teachers that would tell me like, hey, you can find that by looking at here. You need a concordance. I'm like, what's a concordance? I'm like, I don't know what dictionary for Bible, like for Bible words, and it tells you what it means, where it at. Oh, okay. And like it's, and then if you want deeper studies, you need to get a lexicon, because then it tells you what it means in that language and at that verse.
Right.
Like it's, and that's the beautiful thing of like when you come into the truth, the Most High will give you a spirit to want to know Him better, to serve Him better.
That's right.
And the fear of the Lord will make you want to, like you said, do that research so you know you ain't get, you know what I mean, so you can be confident in Him. You know,
that's right.
Yep, beautiful. Hey, another word for giants, Rapha. Now this Rapha is just the same thing. It's a different spelling, but it's the same singular word. So I didn't want to go too deep on it, because you see it in the same context when he said the son of the giant, Rapha. Like it's just a different spelling. One's with the Ra, Salakia. One's with the Ra, the Fa, and the Ha, and the Ah, and then one is with the Ra, Fa, Ah, Ha. The Ha just gives you like it's the masculine form of it. That's all it does. Just a little Hebrew lesson. Just a little Hebrew lesson. All right. Now we're gonna get to my favorite part. I know you've been waiting on this, Jehu. We're gonna go back and we're gonna look at the King King Og, the king of Bashan.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back to that. Like it's because this is important so we can figure out how tall the giants were. All right, do you let me get somebody to read that? Deuteronomy 3:11.
You want us to read it on the screen, or you want us to read it
out of the Bible? However you want to read it.
Okay, I mean, I would just say I thought you. I mean, if you were going to go to the, never mind. I'll read it right here. Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse number 11. For only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the giants. Of the remnant of giants. Behold, his bedstead was a bedstead of iron. Is it not in Rabbath of the children of Ammon? 9 cubits was the length thereof.
9 cubits.
And 4 cubits the breadth of it.
So it was 9 cubits long, and then it was 4 cubits wide.
After the cubit of a man.
And now we're looking at the bed that King Og was laying on.
9 by 4.
Yep. 9 cubits by 4 cubits. I'm gonna go back down here to my last slide right here. And if you can see the screen, you'll see a cubit is 18 inches. All right. So you got 12 inches in a foot, right? So that leaves you with 6 inches. So for every cubit, for every cubit is 1.5 feet.
Right.
So imagine that you got King Og. His bed is 9 cubits.
9 1.5 feet.
Man.
Let me do the math on that.
Right.
Oh man, calculator app on my phone willy-nilly. Let me see if I got.
Hey, I can. If not, I can bring it up.
You got it. You got it.
All right. So you got 18 inches. Now you got to multiply that by 9. When you multiply that by 9, man, I wish I had something I could write on the screen. I wish I could. That's 130. That's 163. 163 inches.
Okay.
Now, when you divide that by 12, so we get into the foot. So we're going to take those inches, we convert them into feet. You're going to end up with 13.5 inches. So you got 13 feet and 5 inches.
That's how long his bed was. 13.5. How long is a regular? How long is a regular like king size bed?
Man, you looking at maybe like let's look that up real quick.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even think to compare that.
I'm gonna look it up.
You gonna look it up?
Yeah.
All right. So we know that his bed was 13. Let's just say 13 and a half. I'll say 13 and a half feet, just to keep it simple. 13 and a half feet was this man's bed. Oh, you found out? All right. Go ahead.
A standard king size bed is 76 inches wide by 80 inches long.
80 inches long.
60 inches is 5 feet. So it's around, look, what is that? 60 inches is 5 feet. So another 20 plus 12 plus 12, 24. So a little bit longer than 7, unless I'm going that wrong. 60 inches is 5 feet. So another 12 would be 72.
Let me get my. It
says 80
out.
inches long. So it's,
how long is it again? What was the inches?
76 inches wide by 80 inches long. So it sounds like it's about 6 foot 8 inches.
Yeah, that's why Dex had it right here. About 6.5 feet.
Okay.
About 6.5 feet. So that's your normal bed.
Yeah.
This man was twice that.
Yeah.
Twice that.
And king size beds I'm 5'8" on a good day. You know what I mean? On a good day. But a king size bed will make me look like a hot dog in a pizza dough. You know what I mean? You get swallowed up in that thing a little bit. So daggone, you know what I mean? And that's what we say, that's 6.5 feet long.
Yeah, 6.5 feet long.
And it says 76 inches wide. So it's almost a little more than 6 feet wide as well. So it's almost 6 by dang. So that's a king size bed. So that his bed was how long? You should say 13 feet?
13.5 feet. And it was what? It said 4 cubits wide?
4 cubits, yeah. 9 by 4.
Like, dang. That's 72 inches.
Okay, so that's 60. So that's 6 feet wide. Because 60 inches is 5 feet. So another 12 would be 6 feet.
So it's about as long as it is as wide. It's about as wide as it is long.
Well, it's 6 feet wide for sure, but long. You said 13 feet. It's almost double the size long in length.
Oh, I'm my mind on the king size bed.
Oh yeah.
No, my bad. So dang, just imagine that.
See, his bed was 6 feet wide, but long. It's double that in size and length.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's pretty big. I mean, because like I said, a king size, that's like 2 king size. You put a king size on a king size, that's what his bed was. Long, lengthwise at least. Dang.
So even if we think about lengthwise, we know he would that would have to make him under 13 feet. Because nobody's sleeping with their feet off the bed.
Hanging off.
Yeah. Nobody's sleeping like that. You a king and you sleeping with your feet hanging off the bed? Nah. That ain't happening.
You know, they probably was mad when they had to make that bed. Man, they using up all our materials. We're gonna get some sheets for him. You know what I mean? They using all of the sheep skin and you know what I mean, all of the cotton for his. blankets and stuff. Man.
Exactly. But
Yeah,
that just shows you that's the size of the last of the Rephaim. And then when you go into the scriptures, it tells you how tall they were. Let's get into Deuteronomy. Well, I want to start at. Let's go Deuteronomy 2 and verse 9. Yeah, Deuteronomy 2 and verse 9. I want to start there.
Let me get it.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Not at all. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 2, verse number 9. And the Lord said unto me, distress not the Moabites, neither contend with them in battle, for I will not give you of their land for possession.
Read down to 11.
You said go down to 11?
Yeah, read down to 11. My bad. I should have said that in the beginning.
It's all good. I will not give you of their land for possession, because I have given T.O.R unto the children of Lot for a possession. Verse 10. The Emims dwelt therein in times past, a people great and many and tall as the Anakims, which also were accounted giants as the Anakims, but the Moabites call them Emims.
Hey, remember we were talking about that? We were talking about they different people call them different names.
Right.
Like we had the Enims, which we just got them, and then you got the Zamzumim. I always mess that up. Like and you can see that in verse. Go down to 19 and read down to 21, and we're gonna put them all together.
Verse 19. And when you come nigh over against the children of Ammon, distress them not, nor meddle with them, for I will not give you of the land of the children of Ammon any possession, because I have given it unto the children of Lot for a possession. That also was accounted a land of giants. Giants dwelt therein in old time, and the Ammonites called them Zamzumims, a people great and many and tall as the Anakims. But the Lord destroyed them before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt in their stead.
So now, did you want to?
No.
That was 21.
Yeah, that was 21.
Right. So in those verses, it gives you that the Emims were like the Anakim, and the Anakim were giants. And if you go back, if you go back and you look at the scripture about Og, and we just gave you how tall he had to be if his bed was about 13 and a half feet, right? He had, let's be generous and say he only had a little bit of room above and a little bit below. I like to say I like at least maybe a foot. So you have like 6 here and then 6 down at the bottom, so your feet ain't hanging all off, right? So we'll say that he's around about 13 feet. And they said that they were all tall as the Anakim, the giants. So that would made all of them about 12 feet. 13. Let's give them 13 at the most.
So even in practicality, like if we went to, let's say we went to where can we go? New Mexico. Ain't none of us from New Mexico. We journeyed to New Mexico, and everybody there was 11, 12 feet. We would say the same thing. Them giants. Right. Now we go back home and say, man, them niggas was giants. They might be, you know what I mean? We ain't talking about people as tall as the building, but we talking about, they were abnormally tall. You know what I mean? Right. But they still in practicality, but they were abnormally tall.
That's right.
Yeah, that's good.
Remind me of that. Remember that Rush Hour where he went in there?
Oh yeah, Rush Hour 2.
He said, "What y'all think?"
He too damn big. Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Man.
That also brings us back to just like you were talking about. We're talking about how tall they were. Remember when they went to the land and they were saying, "Hey, we went over there. We were like grasshoppers unto them."
Yeah.
Like, but were they really that tall that the people looked like grasshoppers to them? Or were they talking about they were just powerful? They were mighty. Like yes, they had that kind of power that they made them feel small and insignificant like grasshoppers. Got a precept for you. Got a precept for you.
And before you, it's just
go
like
ahead.
when so like I was gonna say, that's just like Jake to embellish and over exaggerate a little bit. You know, we gotta put some extra in there, man. Especially when niggas is scared and don't want to do something anyway. They was
just come out and say you scared, man. They're like, man, them those tall, big giants in there. Come on, man.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
They were about 11 feet tall.
11. Right.
You know how we are.
Yeah, Jake, man.
But just to go back on that point, it wasn't saying that we look like they were so big we look like grasshoppers. It was talking about actual strength. And the reason I say this is because Isaiah 40 and 18. Can somebody grab that for me? Isaiah 40 and 18.
Isaiah 40.
And I'll have you read down to 22. Well, actually, just read 18 and then jump to 22. It's going to get to my point. I don't want to take up too much time.
Isaiah 40 and 18. To whom then will ye liken God? Or what likeness will ye compare unto him?
Now,
go ahead.
Well, now we're talking about a comparison. They're giving you a comparison of God, the Most High God, and they're talking about might, the might of the Most High God. They're not talking that we're getting ready to get into it, but remember what we're talking about in this verse. All right, Chief, hit up 22 for me.
22. It says, it is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants therefore are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens. Oh, go ahead, guy.
No, you can continue.
That stretches out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in.
Now he's showing how powerful he is. He's not just talking about how big the Most High. He's like, heaven is like his. He said, heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. He's not talking about, I'm just so big, I just sit in the sky and I put my feet up on the earth. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about the comparison of power. You can see that in the next verse. Read verse 23.
Verse 23. That bringeth the princess to nothing. He maketh the judges of the earth as vanity.
See, he said, I made everybody in the earth like they don't compare to my power. That's what he's comparing. He's comparing his power to the others in the earth. Because we know, like we got the Shema, and we know that our God is one.
That's right.
Like meaning he above all. He above all other gods that whether they be in heaven or whether they be on earth, right? We have that understanding, but a lot of our brothers and sisters don't understand that. They take it as they looked at it. They saw the people were so ginormous, we were like grasshoppers to them. But that's not what that's saying. To further that point, read verse 26.
Verse 26. Lift up your eyes on high, and behold who created these things, that bringeth out their hosts by number. He calleth them all by names, by the greatness of his might, for that he is strong in power, not one faileth.
See, that's telling you his whole comparison all the way down from 18 was talking about his might, how mighty he was. And the same thing goes for when you see it again, when you seen it earlier. He said that we were like grasshoppers unto them, the inhabitants of the land. He's saying that they were mighty. He said they were really mighty. Because you got to think about it. When he told them to go survey the land, right? the Most High said that we would have to go over through these lands to take the land of Canaan. So just like Captain Jehu was saying earlier, he said, "Hey, Israel don't be wanting to fight. They ain't want they weren't wanting to smoke. And imagine you got 7 other nations around you after you got to catch this mighty smoke. You got to throw phase with these mighty men, and then you got the Perizzites, the Jebusites that you got to go through next. You ain't trying to do all that." And they be like, "Man, what do you want to be in that land?" They to us, we ain't had no might. We were like grasshoppers to them. Nah, I'll be cool over here, you know.
Yeah.
We chill over here.
I'm tired of fighting.
You know, that's a great point too, because you know, Nimrod was mighty.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, mighty on the earth, man. I mean, that lines it straight up, man. You know, when you hear this thing about mighty and all that stuff, man, and people looking thinking it's not that. You know, it just mean they were, you know, great warriors, man.
Right. Because they were. Hey, because the other look, the Most High said he didn't choose us because we were this big gigantic nation. Like this, he chose us because we were the fewest, because he wanted to show his power to the other nations. I think these little people, they're about 50, 11 of them. Like this, and you got 1 trillion. We got this. Like this, I got this. I'm gonna go before them and fight their battle. So when they get there, you're gonna be worn down.
Right.
You got to fight the locusts, and you got to fight a plague off, and then I'm gonna send my people in to finish you off.
God, look, and that reminded me. Chief, can you get that 41 and 14, Baba Kashai, since we right there
on Isaiah?
Yeah,
41. All right, 41 and 14. It says, "Fear not, thou worm of Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee."
He called him. Hey, don't fear, don't be afraid, you worm. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid, you worm, Jacob. You know what I mean? Got no backbone, you got no spine. You know what I mean? Come on, man. I'm gonna help you, bro. I got you. You know what I mean? Golly. You know what I mean? You got
great point. That's a great point to pull out.
Great point.
He said, "You worm, Jacob.
You worm, Jacob.
You ain't got no backbone. Like, don't worry about it. I got you."
Right. You know, that's a big point, because you know he said, "I will help."
Right.
Of all of these phony guys, no, they ain't going. I'm going to be the one to help you, saith the Lord, the Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
Of who?
Of Israel.
No, the rest. No, the whole world.
Of Israel.
That's what I'm talking about. That's right. Of Israel.
Salakia, y'all. Hey, brother T, Shalom, King. Shalom.
Hey, Shalom.
Said he late a little bit. We already did it.
You
got to rewind it, King. You got to rewind it, God.
Yeah.
You got to rewind it, King. We got specific on it. You got to rewind that one, God.
Okay. Hey, also, we missed some people. I know we did, because I saw somebody came in the chat. I think did we get
Judy Taylor?
Yeah.
Judy Jew, Shalom.
Shalom. And I think I saw, there it is. There you are. What you've been missing.
Okay. Shalom.
You're missing out on.
Yeah.
Shalom.
Look in there. I had my screen on full screen, so I couldn't even see the chat for a minute.
Yeah, that's how I got mine.
I got so deep in the lesson, I wanted to stop, but I was like, I'll come back to it.
Good lesson, though. Good lesson.
Yeah, because we just want to make sure our people are well educated when it comes to these things, because I didn't learn these things in church.
No,
I didn't learn these things when I was so-called modern Christianity. I didn't learn that. I didn't learn those things. Like I asked questions and got no answers.
That's right.
Like they're giants, and then they did this. I'm like, really? And like the Bible really supports this, and then come to find out that's not it. Popped up in the screen.
Man, kid.
Like, she like, I want to get seen today.
Yeah, really. Somewhere, man.
That's how they be though.
Yeah.
Hey,
extra.
Little blessings.
God. So, Chief, did you say you had something to bring up?
Are we still on it? We still going right here. How many slides we got left?
Hey, we done. I'm done with the slides. We
done?
we hooking and jabbing with the precepts now.
Yeah.
Oh, we hooking and jabbing. Well, you
Yeah.
know, we've been talking a lot.
I'm waiting to hear these precepts that Cap got. He said he got some in the Apocrypha.
I got a
Yeah,
few.
you got some. Pull them out. No, let's see what you got in that Apocrypha, guy.
Yeah,
You want me to bring- okay.
Yeah,
bring them out.
All right, well, help me. Yeah, somebody, Baba Kashad. Can I get Sirach 24, starting at verse 1?
Yeah.
Baba Kashad.
Break that thing down.
I got you. This is
Sound
24, starting at verse 1. And it reads, Wisdom shall praise herself and shall glory in the midst of her people.
Uh-huh.
In the congregation of the Most High shall she open her mouth and triumph before his power.
Right.
I came out of the mouth of the Most High and covered the earth as a cloud.
Drop down to verse 8, Baba Kashad.
Verse 8. So the creator of all things gave me a commandment.
Salaki, I'm sorry, 7. 7 then.
7, kind. Verse 7. With all these I sought rest, and in whose inheritance shall I abide? So the creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest, and said, Let thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thy inheritance in Israel.
So wisdom dwells with Jacob and in Israel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chief, can you give me Baruch 3 and 20? Baba Kashad.
Baruch 3 and verse 20.
Yes, sir.
Baruch 3 and 20. Young men have seen light and dwelt upon the earth, but the way of knowledge have they not known.
Keep on going.
Nor understood the paths thereof, nor lay hold of it. Their children were far off from that way. It have not been heard of in Canaan, neither have it been seen in the man.
So that's Canaan, the Hamites. You know what I mean? We talking about the Canaanites right now. And Teman, that's the so-called white man. You know what I mean? That's the Greeks. Yeah, basically, that's the Greeks. Keep on going, God.
The Agurines that seek wisdom upon earth, the merchants of Merin and of Theman, the authors of fables.
The author of fables, that's the Greek mythology. Come on.
And searchers out of understanding. None of these have known the way of wisdom or remember her paths.
Right.
O Israel, how great is the house of God, and how large is the place of his possession.
26 is the 26, I think.
Great and not how none end, high and immeasurable. 26. There were the giants, famous from the beginning, that were of so great stature and so expert in war.
Right. Go down to 28, Baba Kashai.
28. Those did not the Lord choose, neither gave he the way of knowledge unto them, but they were destroyed because they had no wisdom and perished through their own foolishness.
The point in going through those, I know we went through a lot right there, but it was showing that the Lord allowed wisdom to dwell in Jacob. He could have chose any other people, but the wisdom dwells in Jacob. Salaki, can somebody give me 1 Chronicles 1 and 24? Excuse me. 1 Corinthians 1 and 24 as well. Wisdom dwells in Jacob, and the Lord said that it was giants in the land at that time, but the Lord, he refused them because they didn't have the path of knowledge. They didn't have the understanding. You know what I mean? They were expert in war, but the Lord he didn't care nothing about them because wisdom was with Jacob. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Let's see what wisdom is real quick.
I got 1 Corinthians 1 and 24.
Yes, sir.
But unto them which are called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ the power of God and the wisdom of God.
Hamashiach is the power and the wisdom of the Most High. You know what I mean? And he said of them that are called. We understand that what is it, Isaiah 45:4, that the called, that's Israel, you know what I mean, of the Jews and the Greeks. You know, we understand what that means, you know, by now. But the point is, you know, the point is that I'm looking for the called. I know it's in it.
I got you.
You got it.
Like
You
it's that 45 in verse 4. This
Yeah.
Isaiah 45 and verse 4. For Jacob my servant's sake, in Israel my elect, I have even called thee by thy name.
There we go. There we go. There we go. So we understand who the called is, whether they are Jew or Greek. It's saying the same thing basically, but it's showing you that how Mashiach is not only the power of God, but he's also the wisdom. Talking about wisdom dwelt with Jacob. We know Hamashiach dwelt with Jacob. He comes from the seed line of Jacob, you know, and because he comes from the seed line of Jacob, the Most High wasn't going to let them giants take us out. You know what I mean? It really that what we went to in Sirach 24 with Chief, I think, no, Hezekiah, you started it off and was talking about how wisdom dwelt with God and he came out. It's talking about, and it gives you the personification of a woman, but it's really still talking about Hamashiach. He said he's going to dwell with Jacob. The Lord chose the people for him to, man, it's beautiful. But anyhow.
And hey, stay on that point there, Cal, because I want to throw two precepts in there real quick to go right along with that with you. So while you're teaching on that. This is Isaiah. I'm going to read 43 and 1, and I'm going to drop to 7 because it's going right into what Cap is talking about.
Want me to read it?
Oh, wait. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You can read it.
Okay. You said start at 7?
Yeah, 43. Isaiah 43, 1, and then drop to verse 7.
Isaiah 43 and 1. But now thus saith the Lord that created you, O Jacob, and he that formed you, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine.
That's that elect. You mine. You belong to me. Drop down there to 7, God. It's going to sum it up for him.
Verse 7. Even every one that is called by my name, for I have created him for my glory. I have formed him. Yea, I have made him.
Israel was made for the glory of the Most High. No other nation you see in this book where he's telling you that he formed them for his glory other than Israel. This is why it's so hard for these people that's be in these churches and stuff, man. They can't break this down and show why God loves only Israel and why he chose Israel. I asked several pastors, who is Israel? Who is Israel? Don't matter. That's what they told me in church. It don't matter. Don't worry about that. But it's all through the Bible. And here the Most High telling you, I've called Israel. I've given my wisdom to Israel. I've called them for my glory, right? You can't get around this truth, man. You cannot get around it, man. That's a great point.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
That's a great point.
Man, what a blessing, man. You know what I mean? What a blessing. You know, like we going through all of this, and like he said, the Lord, he did so much great things for us, and we turn around and do what we did, man.
Yeah.
Gosh, it is. The Lord said we're going to be ashamed in that day. Even when he saved us, we still going to be pitiful. We're going to be ashamed, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know, to an extent of what went on, you know. Man, it's crazy, but the beautiful part is you can magnify the works of the Lord. Like he said, he didn't even allow them giants to take us out. He gave us a spirit of wisdom. He gave us a Mashiach Yahushua. He chose us out from all of these different people. And really this class, like I was telling the brothers the other week, when we first started doing it, this just magnifies how great the Most High blessing he's put on us, and also how he made our forefathers. Like, think about it. Abraham was fighting armies when he was 80 years old during the war. Jacob wrestling angels. He's wrestling angels and winning. They fighting giants. They got to fight giants and kill out all these people.
That's
you know what I mean? To take over the land. I mean, man, our forefathers done did it all. Like it's real life. They had to fight giants, you know what I mean, and wrestling angels and war. You know, hey, look, the Lord, Gideon had all 30,000 men going up against 1 million people as a sand of the sea. The Bible said the Lord made them take all of them people and only took 300 of them. And said, now I'm gonna get, you know what I mean?
That was right.
My bad, Ken. What you say?
No, I said that's right. Like that was another point I was wanting to hit on. Like it's when we were talking about the might of the Most High, how when they were talking about the grasshoppers. Like
Yeah.
the Most High is the one whose might is above all might.
Right.
That's right.
Like when I was talking about, hey, we were small among the other nations.
Mhm.
Like we were small, and he wanted to show his power, and that's one of my favorite accounts right there. He's like, hey, like take so many, you got so many people. Hey, what you gonna do? You're gonna go down to the water.
Mhm.
Like some people, like I'm gonna lead you by there. The man gonna be thirsty. Now some people gonna put their mouth down to the water,
Mhm.
like and lap it up like a dog.
Yeah.
And then there's others that's gonna pick up the water in their hand and drink from it. That's who
Right.
you gonna get. That's who you gonna take.
Yeah. Send the rest home.
Yeah.
Golly. Hey, and the most out of man, and that's one of my favorite too. Before the 300 that they come out with the movie with the Spartans and all that. You know what I mean? Gideon, Joshua was doing that before them. And last thing I was going to say is, you know, David, he fighting lions. You know what I mean? Bears. You know what I mean? It don't get no better than that, man. We some mighty men. That's what we got in our blood.
That's right.
Man.
Hey, I'm gonna make a quote. It's a hip hop quote though.
Okay.
Like Kendrick said it. We got greatness in our DNA.
There you go. There you go. And
we got royalty in our DNA.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what it is. Hey, we have a nation of kings and priests. Like and in Deuteronomy it says it like what nation is so great to have a God that is so nigh unto them. And then he sent his son so he could so he knew the struggle that we could go through. He went through it and then was like, see, I did it. Why can't you?
Right.
Be ye perfect like our Father in heaven is perfect. Dang. Like you can't even say it. Like it said he was made like unto his brethren.
Yeah.
Like he was made flesh just like me and you. He was like the devil tried to tempt him in the wilderness, but all he had was the word to combat him with. And that's why he's the wisdom of God.
That's right.
He used the word so skillfully. Satan didn't know what to do with it. he's like, if you stump your feet, you know, the Lord gonna send some angels if you try to jump off of here. Man, I ain't gonna tempt the Most High God.
Hey, he was studied. He ate the roll. He ate that roll, man. He ate the roll.
The whole roll.
Mashiach ate the roll. It just came right up. Nah, that's tempting the Lord. He already know. He classified. Nope, that's a sin. You know what I mean? You trying to, nope. Yeah, he blocking that thing like the Matrix. You know what I mean? For real, because he was the one.
That's right.
You ever heard that? I know you got something to say. I was going go ahead, Kate.
No, you got it.
I was just going to say, have you ever heard that the black lady made the Matrix and the Terminator?
Yeah.
I think we shared that video.
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a while ago. Yeah, so that that's supposed to be JC anyway. JC, Yahweh Shai anyway.
All that's being established tonight, as far as showing the people and breaking it down and showing them the difference between what we was taught while we was in these buildings about giants and understanding the slides that you showed our God and everything. I pray and hope that our people come back to the channel and stuff, man, and really learn and look at that and get that full understanding. Because once Cap bid off, you threw the alley-oop to Cap, and he's bringing it to, we are from the beginning. This has been established from the beginning when it comes to God's people and the sons of God. This all being in the beginning. But here's the point about this whole thing, man. When we was breaking that out, showing about tall, Adam was tall. So a lot of people would say, what do you mean? Was Adam tall? What does that mean? Was he 70 foot, 90 foot tall? Because the Bible says he was exalted, right? So that word exalted means tall, above, right? So real quick, if you don't mind, because I like to point this out real quick. Let's just go right along with tonight in Ezekiel 31, and we'll start at verse 2 and read on down. And let's just break this down to show them, because all this is going to line up tonight, man. Right? The Bible, we brought out that Hosea 12 at the beginning and told you similitudes, right? A lot of our people think just because they got the Bible, they can read it and they have the full understanding. If you don't have the wisdom that was just brought out tonight, which by keeping the law, statutes, commandments give you the secrets and the wisdom of the Most High, how can you understand what you're reading? Right?
Good point.
So I want to bring this out real quick to show them that Adam was tall. He was exalted. He was. So what that mean? How tall was he? We're gonna show you what happened. Let's get this to the beginning, man. We're gonna break this thing down for him real quick. I'm gonna read all the way to verse 9, but I want to break it down as we go there for the people.
I got you.
Go ahead.
It's unless you had it, did you?
Go ahead. You good?
Your thunder there, I Cap.
No. I can read it.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. This is Ezekiel 31, starting at verse 1. And it came to pass in the 11th year, in the 3rd month, in the 1st day of the month, that the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his multitude. Who art thou like in thy greatness? Behold, the Assyrian was a cedar in Lebanon with fair branches, and with a shadowing shroud, and of a high stature, and his top was among the thick boughs.
He's describing, he's giving a description of this greatness, right? He's saying, son of man, go to him and speak to him and tell him these exact words, because he's going to identify who this is. We're going to be talking about the Garden of Eden as well in this scripture, this passage alone. Go ahead, guy.
Verse 4. The waters were made great. The deep set, Salakia. The waters were made great. The deep set him up on high, and her rivers running round about his plants, and sent out her little rivers unto all the trees of the field.
Hey, there we go again. We talking about the trees of the field. Remember, when we hear them words, trees and these similitudes and everything, this is nations, this is people, right? But we're going to show you. We're going to show you here in this passage alone. Go ahead, God.
Verse 5. Therefore his height was exalted above all the trees of the field.
He was exalted. He was tall. He was above. What put him above? Right? Go ahead, God.
And his boughs were multiplied, and his branches became long because of the multitude of waters when he shot forth.
Come on.
All the fowls of the heaven made their nests in his boughs, and under his branch did all the beasts of the field bring forth their young. And and under his shadow dwell all great nations.
All great nations. Remember, when you go read 2 Ezra 6 and 54, it tells you that Adam was made what? Lord. So when all the beasts, all the field, everything that came to him, he named them, right? He was Lord. Let's find out. Let's keep it going, man, because we're going to speak and show you is that in this patch alone, we need to bring out more often on that Genesis 1 and 26. This goes right along with it to knock you clean out of the water, man. Watch this. Go ahead, God.
Thus was he fair in his greatness, and the length of his branches, for his root was by great waters.
Now remember, Adam was given the law. Now what you're going to see here is that these other nations, these other trees that's about going to envy. Trees can't envy. Come on, watch this.
Verse 8. The cedars in the garden of God could not hide him. So
wait a minute. When we reading that story in Genesis, man, talking about how he ran and hid, and a lot of times growing up in church, people used to say he ran and hid behind it. This thing over here was no other nations there. He was hiding behind the other nations that were there. It's proven a fact right here as we read on down and get the understanding of this thing, man, that he was not, that they were the only nation there. It was other people there. Go ahead, guys.
The fir trees were not like his boughs.
The other ones were not like him. Go ahead.
And the chestnut trees were not like his branches.
None of them.
Nor any tree in the garden of God was like unto him in his beauty.
Because the Lord gave him the commandments. The Lord gave it to him. He was above all. That's what separated him from all the other nations. From everyone that was there, that's what separated him. Go ahead, God.
Verse 9. I had made him fair by the multitude of his branches, so that all the trees of Eden were in the garden of go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll start it back over. Verse 9. I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches, so that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of God envied him.
So can trees envy? Can trees fight each other? Come on, Israel. This is the secret and the wisdom that God has given to his prophets and stuff to bring forth. To show you, Adam was tall, he was set above because he was given the commandments. That's what separated him. That's why I had all the other nations mad at him. You got the laws, so you think you good enough, man, and everything. Tall, put him above, it exalted him. Because the Lord established this thing from the beginning. Israel always been his, man. Always, man. Ain't no change in that. And this thing that was brought out tonight to break that to see them strongholds that needs to be broken. In the mighty name of Yahweh Shem Mashak Yahushua. Break that thing, man. Don't let nobody else tell you after the lesson we gave tonight, man. Don't let anybody tell you, man, there's a such thing, man. There's no 50-something giant tall in the mud. You have to jump up on a trampoline just to cut his head off. It's not true, man. Let the word itself be true, but let every man be a lie. That word came out tonight, man. That was a beautiful lesson, man. And I pray and hope that seed be planted in the children of Israel, man, and they wake up, man, and come back.
Kind. Hey, greatly put. Looks like we lost Jay.
He probably did with his kind. Awesome. He'll jump back on if he can.
Yeah, and I'm just glad that the people stayed around for the lesson. I know it's not one of our usual lessons, but we wanted to bring out this information because we had some brothers that questioned these things. So we want to make sure we gave the understanding, and if you had questions or anything, you can always put them in the chat. You can email us if it's something you didn't understand or you need us to go further in depth on. We can do that. We just need to be let known. Okay.
What was that question you had there that you said was going to answer at the end?
Oh, I got that started here. He said the law. It was more of a statement. He said the law is only needed for criminals. So I think it's going into that where Paul was talking about. He said that the law wasn't made for the righteous. It was made, it was made for those who weren't. Let's go into that actually. Let me pull that up.
Yeah. I was trying to look for it there, and it's way up or somewhere.
I got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is.
There we go. Okay. It's 1 Timothy 1:9, and it reads, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly and for sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers.
That's right.
And for manslayers. I'll finish reading the rest of this.
Yeah.
Because that's a good point. Like it's for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for men stealers, for liars, for perjured persons, and if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine, according to the glorious gospel of the blessed God, which was committed to my trust. See, the law wasn't made for those who don't keep the law. That's basically what it was saying. It's like jumping just above it. It said in verse 8, it says, but we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully.
That's right.
Because if you use the law to try to justify wickedness, you're making the law void. But knowing that if a man use the law for good, it will point out the things that are wrong in your life, that are against God. All these things that were named, law for being ungodly, being a sinner, which is those are breaking the laws. That's how you become a sinner, because we know that sin is a transgression of the law. So that makes you ungodly. That makes you unholy. And it said murderers are fathers and murderers are mothers, because we know that we're supposed to honor our father and our mother. We're not supposed to murder them. For manslayers, like this, you shouldn't hate your brother in your heart, because that's the beginning of becoming a manslayer. Christ said, if you already have that hate in your heart for your brother, you're already a murderer.
Yep.
Like it's, and then we have for man stealers, because we know the law that says that you must be put to death if you steal a man and he's found in your hand.
Should be put to death. Yeah, that's in the law.
Yep. All of this stuff is talking about the law. And for liars. And you shouldn't deceive one another.
Ooh.
The law says that.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, you just
go ahead.
a great point on that, guy, too, about lies, man. Matter of fact, I'm one of my precepts of Jeremiah, you know. Let me pull one out for Jeremiah. That's right on point with what God is saying, man. Jeremiah 9:5. And they will deceive every one his neighbor and will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongue to speak lies and worry themselves to commit iniquity, which is sin.
Yeah.
Giants. That's a lie. They love lying, man.
Yeah. Hey.
They deceived a lot of people, man, by just throwing lies out there, man.
Yep. But that's why it's important to stay rooted, not just know, like, I've read the Bible, but to be rooted in the word.
That's right.
Meaning that you make it your foundation. Like how that go? I'm trying to remember how it goes. If the root be holy, then the branches be holy. You know what I'm talking about?
What's that again?
And like if the root be holy, then the branches are holy. I'm trying to remember where that's at.
Where
I
is
can't
it at?
remember.
Oh,
Trying to remember where that is at. Because I know I was
Romans 11
and
16.
Ooh, could you read that for me then?
Kind of. I got 7 and 7 after that.
That's exactly where I was gonna go. That's where I was gonna go right before I made that statement.
Okay, I'll read. When we read 11 and 16.
Yeah.
This is Romans 11 and verse number 16. For if the first fruits be holy, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches.
That's right. And and we know our root, if our root is in the Most High, and then then if you think of it, the foundation is the Most High, and then we're upheld by Mashiach, and then we branch off from him. That means us being holy. So if the root is holy, because the Most High is holy, because Christ said, "Be ye holy, like my Father in heaven is holy," then the branches got to be holy too. How you gonna be the head of something and then tell the people and then tell the people, "Oh, y'all can be different than me. Y'all can do something different." It goes back on the reputation, and that's why when it was talking about taking the Most High's name in vain, how the people they took the Most High's name in vain by he gave us a holy thing. We're supposed to be holy, but we out here sinning, knowing we should be holy.
That's right.
Also, that root and the root and the branches, that's basically saying the same thing as you'll know a tree by its fruit.
Right.
When they say a good tree can't produce bad fruit and vice versa. So
that's right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and hey, that was one that Cap threw in there, man.
You have what? Romans 7 and 7?
7 and 7 or Galatians.
Galatians. I got Galatians 3 and 19.
I'll read 7 and 7 whenever you want it. If you want to go ahead and take that one.
It's Galatians 3 and 19. Wherefore then serveth the law. It was added because of transgressions. To the seed shall come, to whom the promise was made, and it was ordained by angels in the hand of a mediator.
Yeah.
Talking about Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
That's right.
We got the law because of sin. We fell, so we got the law until Mashiach came. You know what I mean? And there's different divisions of the law, so we understand that Mashiach did the sacrificial for us. But basically, it's showing you that we got the law because of sin. 7 and 7 gonna make it clear too. Did you have something to say on that, Chief?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah,
I didn't know.
Go ahead.
I got you. This is Romans 7 and verse 7. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid.
God forbid.
Nay, I had not known sin, but by the law.
Right.
For I had not known lust, except the law had said, "Thou shalt not covet."
So the law really put a flashlight on, just like Sis said way back in the chat. He said, thank the Most High for waking us up to the truth. Because without being woke up, we was going to die.
Yeah.
We was on our way to death. You know what I mean? We was on death row.
That's right.
Paul was on death row. You know what I mean? And he's saying, hey, I didn't even know, I wouldn't have known that I was sinning if it wasn't for the law. The law is, people make it like the law is wicked, is bad. And that's what we were taught. When I was a Christian, I was like, we don't go to, you look at it like it's something dirty, it's witchcraft or something. You look at it like it's something that's just holding you back. No, this is instructions and guidelines to keep you from getting killed. Because we know the sin is death.
The wages of sin is death.
The wages of sin is death. Wow, words today, man. Hey.
I feel
the wages of sin is death. So if we sinning, even though we not knowing it, we still sinning. The Lord ain't good. You supposed to know. You're supposed to know. It's our job to know. So you know what I mean? Right. Yeah, you're right, King. The law is not grievous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, if we didn't know we were sinning and we're continually sinning, we can't get right. We'd be perpetual slaves if we didn't have the law. If we didn't come back to the law, we'd be perpetual slaves.
That's right. That's right.
Hey,
last thing I was going to say, Salakia, because on my mind real quick. In Book of Numbers, what's his name? Balak and Balaam were going back and forth on how to curse Jacob. and they was telling him, he was telling them, hey, look, man, hey, you can't really curse. You can't put a spell on Jacob. Ain't no magic going to do nothing. But at the end, he wound up telling them, hey, look, get him to break the law. Get him to deal with your women. Get them to deal with them Chinese girls. You know what I mean? Put them in there, and that's how we started to fall, just by breaking the law. You know what I mean? And
Waking Judah had a good precept. Just to follow up what you was talking about, Judah 5:20 and 21, and it reads, "Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world."
So they figured out they figured out how to kind of manipulate the situation with us, but really we got to give them that power by not keeping the laws. If we do what we're supposed to do, they have no power at all. But they understand, oh, this is what I got to do to control them. If I can do that, then I can, you know what I mean? So the law is good, you know what I mean, if we keep it.
That's right. Ooh, Shalakia, God.
Go ahead and grab that. We just got another precept over here. Whenever
I must be okay.
We had another one. Dexter put out Galatians 3 and 24 and 25.
And what you had, Chief?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wait for him to go there. Go ahead, guys.
Sure?
Go ahead. I'm patient. Yeah, I'm positive, bro. Go ahead, guys.
Okay.
I just want to build on Cap's point. That's all. I got something for
No, go ahead and build on the point. We can come back. Go ahead and build on it.
Hey, can somebody give me Hebrews 7 and 19 and then Hebrews 9 and 9? Let's I want to shoot myself in the foot because they don't understand. They'll read something like this, and this is where confusion was set in. If you don't have the spirit of the Most High, you can't break this thing down, man. right? So we're talking about the law. The law is perfect, but watch what it says right here in Hebrews 7:19. Watch this.
All right, this is Hebrews 7:19. For the law made nothing perfect.
Hey, say that again, God.
For the law made nothing perfect.
Now we know the law is perfect, but here the law is he's saying, hey, it makes nothing perfect, right? Watch this. Go ahead.
But the bringing in of a better hope did.
So who was the better hope that came in that the brothers was bringing out? Hamashiach Yahushai, right? Finish that reading it.
Right.
Go ahead, finish reading it.
By the which we draw nigh unto God.
He's the reason that we are drawn back to the Most High. That's why he sent him to draw us back to the Most High. But watch this, we ain't done. We got to break that down because we just read it said the law. We know the law is made perfect, but it said the law made nothing perfect. Well, we got to get some understanding. This is why we got to go precept upon precept. Hebrews 9:9.
This book of Hebrews, chapter number 9, verse number 9, which was a figure for the time then present, in which were offered both gifts and sacrifices that could not make him that did the service perfect.
Hold right there for me, Baba Kashai. It says that could not make him that did the service perfect. Okay, now we need to find out who got the service of God. So now we got to go to Romans 9:4. We got to find out who the service is. Can anyone service God, or can only the Israelites be the service of God? So let's go into another precept so we can get the full understanding in Romans 9:4 and see who is the service that is saying right here that could not make him that did the service perfect. Okay.
Okay. This book of Romans, chapter 9, verse number 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of Yahweh.
So guess who was the only ones that can serve the Most High? Who is his service?
Israelites.
Who are Israelites?
That's right.
The law was made perfect to make the Israelites perfect, but they broke it. And the Most High sent Yahushai to get the thing right, get it right, y'all. The law is perfect.
Right.
All praise to the
That's
Most High.
right.
To the Most High. I lay my plane right there, guys.
Hey, great precepts. Laying down, look, feeding the people with the milk so we can give them the meat.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Pause. No diddy.
Oh boy.
I thought about that. As soon as it came out, I was like, dang on it. Like that don't sound right.
At least you thought about it.
No diddy.
That is very detailed. That is. I'll praise it.
That's what we try to do here. We try to we take the scriptures like this. We break it down so that you can digest it as milk.
Yes.
So that you can walk this walk perfect before the Most High.
Yes.
Like it's at times like it's when we ought to be teachers. Again, we had one that we needed to be taught.
Right.
Come on.
And that was like it. And then the Spirit came in, taught us these things, not just by the Spirit, but also through the elders that laid the bricks down for us to be here today. Teaching this truth.
You know that one by heart.
And double honors to the elders.
That's right. Got to say, that's right. Double honors to the elders. That's right. Hey man, because like you said, brothers died for this truth, man.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
To see it carried on. That's right.
That's right.
They answered the call when the Most High called them, you know. Here am I, Lord. Here am I. We've got a precept, Matthew 4:4. It says, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
That's right.
Come on.
Now that's funny. It's like, why didn't he say everything that proceeded out of my mouth?
Right.
Everything I say.
Yeah.
He said everything that out of the mouth of the Most High.
That's a good point.
A lot of people
appreciate that, Brother Dexter. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Hey, get with brothers that love the Bible.
Right.
That's right.
Live this.
Kind.
That this is what we do.
Kind.
Brothers will sit around. It'll be like we'll be on a feast day or on a Sabbath. We'll be sitting around till like 11, 12 o'clock at night. They don't even know where the time went.
Man.
Just talking scriptures.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget my drink, guy. Don't forget my drink.
Gotta have some yan.
Yeah. Lawfully. Yeah, I mean, we being lawful with it too.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's a lawful. That's a beautiful thing. Hey, you know what?
We practice it. Look, we practicing so when we have our cup with Mashiach.
Yeah, that's right.
We ain't gonna be no lightweights in that day.
That's good, man. That's good. Yeah. I'll praise it.
They say he turned the wine when he do the wine. It ain't gonna be no, ain't none of that liquor store wine. Hey, that's gonna be some good stuff.
Look,
that ain't gonna be no regular, you know what I mean?
None of that
regular, you know what I mean?
What's that called? The port, Taylor Port? None of that.
Hey, man.
None of that.
Now he bringing out the good stuff. They said, hey, normally people say, you know what I mean, put the good stuff first, and then at the end of the, you know what I mean, they had the weaker wine. Everybody drunk by then, but you got the best wine at the end. Yahweh Shah coming with that good one.
That's right, man.
Hey, T said T had a question.
Oh,
he had a question. I'm bringing it up on the screen.
Oh, Lucky, I'll try to do this.
Nah, that's we both doing it at the same time.
You got it.
God. Said I have a question. If we were the chosen nation and race, was we the angels that was cast out of heaven?
What verse are you referring to?
Yeah, give us a scripture. I think I know what you're talking about.
I do too.
Because I think we were trying to come to a consensus on that.
Yeah.
We were still kind of, because I say that it could be Adam, it could be the humanity, what they call humanity, Adam. You can see it in different light, in different spots. I don't think we really came to a consensus on who it is, but we know that it's not talking about actual seraphims and like the angels with the eyes and the wings. It's not talking about that.
Let me just share a precept with you, King. With Brother T. Can somebody get Lamentation? What is that? Lamentation 3?
Yep.
3 and 1.
I was thinking the same thing.
And really, that's going to show you. I mean, basically, just going off of what General said. Yeah, but he's not sure what dispensation, because it mentions it in the book of Jude about Jude. Was it Jude?
Yep.
And probably maybe a couple other places, but it's just going into, it is the Israelites, but General was saying he's not sure if it's referring to when Adam got kicked out of Eden or when we got kicked out of Jerusalem. You know what I mean? And we got kicked out a couple times. So
yeah, it's kind of hard to put I'm still doing some studies on that one. That's one that, like, brothers, we don't want to give a definite, but but we're open and open to discussing these things.
Kind of.
Oh,
and it's 2 and 1. It's like 2 and 1.
2 and 1. I got you. This is Lamentations 2 and verse 1. How hath the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven?
Cast down from where?
Cast down from heaven.
They done got kicked out.
Unto the earth the beauty of Israel. Remembered not his footstool in the day of his anger.
Con. So it's showing you that metaphorically, he cast us down from heaven. Metaphorically.
Yeah.
But we also brought in, I think that was a Sabbath ago, a couple Sabbaths ago, or maybe a live or two ago, we were talking about how angels, they don't get kicked out of heaven because they don't disobey the Lord. They can't disobey. So we can tell you, if you're thinking of a verse where it's talking about angels got kicked out of heaven, then it ain't talking about the angels. It ain't talking about real angels.
And you right on that. The next question, like you said, it lines up with I think this Judy Jew.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Revelations 12. I think it's 12 and 8 or 12 and 9, something like that, guy.
They're talking about
Okay.
Satan and his angels.
You talking about
Yeah.
when a third of the
Is it 9, 12 and 8, 12 and 9? Revelations 12 and 9, I think. Or 8. It's one of them. Gotta find it real quick.
I know. I thought it was like from the beginning of 12.
Or yeah, it's in 12 somewhere. I mean,
Yeah, it's like
Those are
near the
stars.
beginning.
Those are the stars that got drew down.
Yep, that's what I was thinking of. I don't know if that's what you were talking about, Chief. Is that what you want?
I think he's talking about
12 and 9.
I think she said what she said. She said, "Where do they mention angels falling out of heaven?"
That's a good question. Who, Brother T might can answer that one because he said somebody got kicked out of heaven. But well,
start at 7.
Yeah, maybe 9. Maybe 9 is where. Yeah, let's start at 7.
Yeah, start at 7. I think that's where we want to start at.
Yeah, 7. I don't know. It's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So, a lot of people go to that verse and they think, that's talking about an actual war in heaven, these angels, and then they this is at the end of the book, but they're telling you that this happened before the world started.
Right.
Excuse me. Then they open the book of Jubilees or Jasher and something like that, and then all mixed up.
Right.
You know what I mean? But this is talking about the dragon. If we were to go up, it's talking about the red dragon. I believe brothers have the same understanding. That red dragon is basically a symbolism of the so-called white man. Yeah. The so-called white man is in power. He's in rulership.
Yes.
And when it's talked about him being in heaven, we just read the precept of that in Lamentations, Hezekiah, where it said the Lord kicked us out of heaven, which just means in a high place, in authority. We were in rulership. When Adam was on earth, Adam was the head of everybody. The Lord said, hey, He's going to bring the animals to Adam. Adam, you hear it. He gave him the laws, and Adam was higher than everybody. Well, King David, King Solomon, they subdued it. They were higher than everybody. You know what I mean? We were on top in their days. When we were in our land, the Lord kicked us out of heaven, meaning kicked us out of rulership. Now we're in the hands of the heathen. So the so-called white man is going to be pulled out of rulership. The saints are going to take the kingdom.
That's right.
Into, you know what I mean?
That's right.
The red dragon. And I got precepts for that too if we needed to go into that, but I think we already. But the red dragon, just for understanding, is the so-called white man.
Yeah, because
I
was just gonna say that because the only reason we can really tie that together because it's the wicked that's ruling the earth. And that's the end of his dominion, and we know that it teaches us that Jacob it says that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of that comes.
Come. What is that? Second Ezra 6 and was that 6 and not 54? Was it 6?
Which one?
Jacob is the end of the world. I mean, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning.
No, it's 6.
Yeah, is that what is that?
It's 6 and 9.
6 and 9.
Second Ezra 6 and 9. So like General said, yeah, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob's rulership is next. And if you keep on reading, it's basically going to talk about how Hamashiach's rulership will be the next one after this dragon is pulled out of, out of rulership or out of heaven.
Well, we call them schools cemetery schools.
And that's my next precept I was going to get to for him to understand that I had already had that one locked and loaded and went away from me. Psalm 111 and 10.
Oh yeah.
Psalm 111 and 10 is one way.
I got you. This is Psalm 111 and verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Right.
A good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
A good understanding. You start to understand the Bible when you understand who you are, and that we have to we have to do the commandments of God. That's when the Lord starts revealing, because you're coming back into obedience. He can start giving you understanding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that's a beautiful point. What you had something else there, guy?
I was just going to say John 15 and 16 real quick. I'll
Yeah.
read it. It says, "You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you." You know, so we can't choose necessarily. I mean, if you got enough hunger in you, I know the Most High would see that. You know what I mean? He can, and he'll work with you. He'll deal with you. Some people, man, I got a precept for that too. Some people will hear these words that we're reading, and they'll just cast it behind their back like it's nothing. You know what I mean? It don't mean nothing to them.
I got a precept.
I got one too with you, guy.
What your precept at?
Mine is
Mine's in Proverbs.
Okay, yours in Proverbs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to bring? You mind if we bring it out real quick?
No, you got it, King. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
My word.
Right. I got Proverbs. This is to answer that same question. Now, Proverbs 9 and 10. It says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom."
That's right.
And the knowledge of the holy is understanding. Because once you know what is holy, separate from the rest of the world, you start to get the understanding of the things of like why he put this in place, why this does that. I remember I didn't used to think, I used to be like, man, why did this person get taken at this age and do at this? And then I read the scriptures and it says that, hey, sometimes you don't know that these people are taken away before they see another evil thing happen.
Right.
Okay, something worse could have happened, but they're not gonna see it because they already taken away before it happened, and now they at peace. They ain't gotta worry about the cares of this world.
So, and that go. Well, you want to bring your precept out real quick, Captain?
You got it, King. You got it. Go ahead.
So, I mean, because it's gonna line all this up. What you brothers are talking about, man. It's the spirit, man. The spirit, right? So, and this is, I'm just gonna land back off of it, man. So in 2 Peter 1, and that's what the brother was saying right here, and I called it cemetery school, and this is, I'm gonna explain why I call it cemetery school. We talking about they teach the scripture in different ways. Yes, man, do, but I'm gonna break this thing down to you real quick. 2 Peter, and this is 2 Peter, and we'll start at chapter 1, and I'm gonna start at 20, and I'm gonna read the 21 real quick and show you. It says, knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. A lot of these schools have their own theologians, have their own ideologies. They are not moved by the spirit of the Most High at all. They getting wealthy, they getting rich by making people come and pay for the word, which the word was given, so it should be given freely. Right? Verse 21, it says, for the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man. Man didn't give this word. Man didn't give it. It was given to you by who? But holy man of God spoke as they were moved by the Holy Ghost. So you can find that in Psalms, what's that? 68 and 11, God?
68 and 11, yeah.
68 and 11 that show you that these men were moved by the spirit of the Most High God. That's why we have the word. Right? You can't get this in colleges. They've been around for centuries. Look at your America. Look at your place around the world. Nothing's going right because it don't come by man. If the spirit of the Most High not with you, brother, you're lost. You on your own ideology. You speaking of your own private interpretation, trying your best, still telling people, come in these church buildings, man. We're gonna set you free. No one's been set free. I seen a woman that had cancer for 30-something years, and she paid over $85,000 to get a healing from the Most High, and she died. The pastor kept telling her, the Lord going to give it to you today. Be ready for it. Once you sowed that seed, and she died.
Like you said, the earth is in the worst that it's ever been. You know, wickedness is just waxing gross and gross and gross. You know, and like you said, the church has been, the so-called church, Christianity, Islam, they've been established for centuries, thousands of years. You know what I mean? Millennia. You know what I mean? And it's getting worse and worse. check this. Can somebody give me Matthew 13 and 11, Baba Kashai?
I got you.
And then Sirach 20, 21 and 15, Baba Kashai.
You said verse 11, correct?
Yes, sir.
Got you. This is Matthew 13 and verse 11. He answered and said unto them, actually, can I go up to 10? You mind?
You got it, King. I don't mind.
Actually, let me do it 9. Look at it says, who have ears to hear, let them hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Mm-hmm.
He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
So you got to be an Israelite, then you got to be of the elect. Come on.
Kind.
You got to choose you like we went into the one precept. My bad.
Right.
Nah, you good. Okay, but to them it is not given. For whosoever have to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath.
So we better be getting, you know what I mean?
Better be.
My precept I was looking for was that Sirach 21 and 15, Baba Kashai.
Sirach 21 and 15?
Yes, sir.
It says, if a skillful man hear a wise word, he will command it and add unto it.
Right.
But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth him, and he casteth behind his back.
So a wicked man will hear these words and say, yeah, it was fun, you know what I mean, and forget about it. But a wise man will say, oh, cool, okay. He'll hold on to that precept, highlight my Bible, and then the Lord will give him the understanding to add on to that. You understand? You know, and that's how you get it, is just dealing with the Lord. I'm gonna get one more, and then I'm gonna pass it up. Sirach 39 and 24, it says, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked.
That's right.
So these words, the Most High's ways are plain unto the holy, those that are set apart, like Hezekiah said, set apart, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you know, set apart from the world. Because I can say I don't keep the commandments of God, but I call myself a follower of God, a Christian, and I do whatever I want, basically. You know what I mean? And I'm just like everybody else. I'm just like Lil Uzi Vert, basically, or whoever. Everybody, they all, you ain't no different than Megan Thee Stallion. She go out there and strip and all that, and then be in church, twerking in church, talking about, you know what I mean, with the pastor's wife. All that type of crazy stuff. They Christian. They so-called Christians. They not set apart. We are what you call set apart. We are set apart from everybody. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna go too farther than that, but it's plain unto the holy or to the set apart, but it's stumbling blocks to the wicked.
That's right. And that's a great point, man. We got to bring that out of that camp. We definitely have to bring that out of that camp,
especially for a scoffer. Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, it's plain unto the holy, stumbling blocks to you wicked.
Hey, look. First John 5 and 3 is plain to the holy.
Right.
It's plain to those holy, but when you wicked, it don't make no sense.
Right.
It's not something you think about.
That goes in. We could go all day talking about the Holy Spirit, because that's where the Holy Spirit comes in. He'll give you that mind, because before I came into the truth, I said, man, we ain't got to keep no command. I was glad. We ain't got to keep no commandments. Jesus did it, so I ain't got to. I ain't got to worry about doing this and that. Just say, you know what I mean? And it was like a burden to me. But the Holy Spirit, once I got closer to understanding who I am, what he did, and you know what I mean? And brothers broke down the words, and I could receive it, then I was changed. Then the Holy Spirit comes on you to help you keep those laws and to understand that you got to keep them. You actually want to keep them. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah. That's right. Hey, I'm not trying to quench the spirit, but we going on a little long here.
Oh yeah. We good. No, we good.
It's because brothers love to talk about the Bible.
You already know.
Israel, I done told you, like, it let us be on here. We done had a live stream for 24 hours, and brothers just wiping the crust out their eyes, pulling precepts.
Right. Hey, some brothers do that for atonement and stuff like that. They'll do a 24-hour live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did that.
That's tough.
Anointed House of Saints did that.
Really?
Wi-Fi, look. WFI does it.
Yeah, I knew they did it.
Yeah, but yeah, they like it is. I think it was last year. I even read and was I was reading and doing I think I gave a little bit of commentary, kind of like what I'm doing now. So, but hey, we got some more questions. I wanna hold these off to our next live session. Not that we don't want to get to your questions. We can go back. We can go over these things. Like it's, I think that'll be a good lesson as well. Like it's the angels. Who are the angels? I think that'll be another good word study for us.
It would be. Yeah.
Because people get that confused as well.
Yeah.
So
just like the Gentiles, and you know what I mean? It's strangers.
Yeah, that's so confusing, man.
Yeah, I'm hey, that'll be a good one. Hey, that's a good one. We'll go over that. And if we don't like it, we'll talk it here. Hey, anybody that want to join our Bible study, we have Bible study on Tuesdays.
Send us a what we got the Gmail.
I'll pull it up.
Yes, water. Send us a Gmail. Let us know you got our personals. Hit us up. Hey, we can even do the you know what I mean, live cast. You know, if you're in another state or whatever. Hey, you ain't out of luck. You know what I mean? The Most High made this World Wide Web so that we can, you know what I mean, connect like this. This how the word get into the corners of the earth, like you said, God.
That's right. That's how it's getting around. Hey, brothers got a love for the word. Hey, and we want to come together with other brothers. Like we might not see eye to eye on some things, but hey, one thing we do know, we gotta keep commandments. Like is, and we gotta serve the Most High with all our heart, our soul, and our might.
That's right.
And that's what brothers want to do. Like is, we want to get to the, as they say, the nitty gritty.
That's right. Hey, and last thing I'm gonna say, you know the Most High. You know how to say pray for the end to come speedily, basically.
Right.
That's why the Most High. Look how long it would take for us to get this understanding if we was doing it by word of mouth. If the worldwide, if the internet wasn't there, brothers would be from New York and then they go to Illinois a couple years, and then Knoxville would get it. And, man, it's been out 35 years and we still wouldn't even get it, man. We slow on everything. So all praise the Most. So the Most High trying to bring this thing on too. He's like, hey, I'm gonna do it in my day. You know what I mean?
Hey, glad that the brother enjoyed tonight, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All praise.
Good brother.
Come.
Yeah. Hey, brother, hit up the email. Hit our email up. We'll get you on, and we can have a conversation. Yeah. That's what brothers love to do. We love to have conversation with our other brothers, so we can get understanding. And like it's in the questions that you might have, it might be something that somebody else has the same question on.
Right.
Well, I'll land my plane on that. Announcements. We still gonna be like this. Hey, Shabbat, 2 p.m. Hosting shopping center. Hosting shopping center. Most High willing. The weather did look like it was gonna rain, but the Most High, it say it's gonna rain. The Most High always hold it back so that we can have camp. Man, it was supposed to rain last time we had camp. Not this last Shabbat, but the one before. He held it all the way to the very end.
To the end, yep.
And then it started downpouring.
Yeah.
Man, that was a blessing. That's a blessing.
Yeah. We doing the you know what I mean, the Shabbat same time, 2 p.m. Hosting shopping center, Most High willing. Hit us up. You know what I mean? We doing the Tabernacles. Tabernacles coming up soon. We got a few high holy days. If y'all need a calendar, hit us up on the Gmail. We shoot one right to you, or go to our community page. Go to our community page. The calendar's there, available for you right there as well. You know what I mean? Right. High holy days, Hebrew high holy days. We got to rehearse the righteous acts.
That's right. That's right. Yep, that's true. Yeah, everything ain't a debate.
Good point, brother T. Yeah. Because our ultimate goal, we're fishers. We out here to fish right now. You know what I mean? Our ultimate goal is to fish. We are bringing in, you know what I mean? Bringing the kingdom. Most High willing.
And even if you don't see things our way, that's the Most High. The Most High is gonna put the spirit on you to dive into the things, and then you might man, them brothers were right, or I got some revelation. Let me talk to the brothers about it.
Yeah,
see what they say, because that's safe. Like the Bible says, safety and count in the multitude of counselors.
That's right. Let's get that verse to get out of here. Y'all know we've been over. Just as long as we don't win over, but hey, it was a pleasure. It was fun. It was great. Very edifying. You know what I mean? Fellowshipping with the Akim and the Akwathium. You know what I mean? Yeah. Ain't nothing nowhere better to be, but right here.
That's right. I got us to close out. Is Isaiah 61, starting at verse 2.
Yeah.
To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn. There goes that word all. I may be talking about all.
But where though?
To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion.
That's right.
Right. In Zion.
To give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness.
That's right.
The planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified.
All praises to the Most High.
All praise.
Hallelujah.
Beautiful tonight. All praises, man. Oh yeah. Yasharala.
Y'all, we gonna let y'all go. Hey, Most High willing, next Thursday, same time, 7:30. Hit us up Tuesday night. Bible study, 7:30. You know, we did one this past third Tuesday, so we may skip one, just depending on what the brothers do. But either way, hit us up if you interested, or if you got any questions or anything else we can help you with. You know what I mean? Other than that, y'all
be blessed.
To
the 12.
Shalom,
y'all. We the trees of righteousness. You know what I mean? And peace to the 12 tribes.
Peace to the 12 tribes.
12 tribes. Shalom.